Hello everyone, I'm Sam with JBugs.com, here with a mountain of our JBugs Premier Wiring Harnesses. Now these are complete wiring harnesses, virtually every single wire in your car that isn't attached to a switch or a battery cable, and also does not include the battery cables. However, what you do get is every wire from the headlight to the tail light, including the dome light, with the exception of our early bus harness. Otherwise, every wire from top to bottom and front to back is included in our complete wiring harnesses. We've got wiring harnesses for standard Beetles from 1956 all the way up through 1973 standard Beetles. We also have 1971 and 1972 Super Beetle complete wiring harnesses. And we offer from 1961 all the way through 1973 Karmann Ghia wiring harnesses. I'm going to pull some of these harnesses out of the way so I can unbox one of our most popular harnesses and show you guys what's in the box. This is our 1968-1969 standard Beetle complete wiring harness. Opening it up, we've got one of the most important pieces of any wiring harness, regardless of how good it is or how well labeled it is the instructions. Along with the written instructions for every single wire in this bag, every single one of our JBugs Premier harnesses has full color diagrams for every single wire, so you guys can easily install your own harnesses at home. Instructions aside, let's open up our harness and let's go through some of the wires that you guys can expect in your kit if you were to order one online with us at JBugs.com. So these pieces obviously are going to be specific to the 1968-69 harness. However, virtually all of the kits are going to include the various main harnesses, sub-harnesses, and loose wire. Here, we've got our main harness, which is every wire that runs from the front of the car all the way to the back of the car. Here, we've got some loose wires, everything from our high beam indicator, running light wires, headlight power wires, various ground wires. We've got our headlight harnesses left and right, as well as our dome light harness. Here we've got our master cylinder harness, which has the wires for the brake lights. Here we've got various sub-assemblies. I can see wires for turn signals. I can see wires for our starter. Here we've got other loose wires, including our dash ground harness and other indicator wires. We've got our left and right taillight harness wires. And here we've got other loose wires, including our headlight ground wires, etc. Along with the wires, all of our harnesses will include headlight connections, a couple of various grommets, as well as quad, Y, and straight connectors for the various sub-harnesses. Our quad connectors are used in places like the turn signals, where you've got an input from the hazard switch, the turn signal switch, the front turn signal, and the rear turn signal. Our Y connector here is used for the license light, where you've got the main harness connecting to the taillight sub-harness, and additionally you have a wire that runs off to power up the license plate light. And the straight connectors are typically used to connect the main harness to the various other sub-harnesses and wires throughout the car. Here I've got standard Beetle harnesses for 1966, 1967, and 1968-69, as well as a 1970-71 Super Beetle harness. You might be wondering why I've chosen these four specific harnesses. Well, I've installed every single one of these harnesses and videotaped that whole process, so you can go to our YouTube channel and take a look and see if this is something that you guys want to tackle at home. My simple line is, how do you wire a car? One wire at a time. If you're patient and you don't get overwhelmed, it is very, very easy, in my opinion, to rewire a car. I've rewired more Volkswagens than I care to count. I used to install harnesses regularly after hours back when I was younger. On average, give yourself the better portion of a weekend if you've never installed wiring and don't have any automotive experience. I've installed harnesses in less than 3 hours, start to finish, with everything working. Now I've done, again, more harnesses than I can care to count. It is not that difficult. You can install your own harness in your Volkswagen. I'll go ahead and answer one very common question we get. Let's say I've got a 1973 Beetle engine in my 1964 Beetle. Do I order a 73 harness or do I order a 64 harness? You wire the car, not the engine. Across the board, the wiring for everything from a 1954 Volkswagen all the way to a 1974 Volkswagen, you've only got a couple of wires to the engine. The coil, the charging system, the oil pressure light, and that's about it. What does change on those vehicles is the turn signals, the switches, the wipers, the headlights, and all of the other accessories that are attached to the car, not the engine. Wire your year car, not your year engine. Same thing goes for the chassis. If you've got a 1967 chassis but a 1964 body, get the 1964 harness. So, whether you've got a Beetle from the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, possibly even a Karmann Ghia or a bus, you might find a JBugs Premier harness online at JBugs.com for your vintage Volkswagen.